Hello, everyone. Welcome to Recon Specials TV. I'm Patrick. Early Sunday morning, or no, it's Monday morning. Sorry, we were supposed to be streaming this Sunday. A couple of things happened. We could not get to it. So we're going to jump in Monday morning. We're going to stream 3 matches for you that we've recorded earlier in the week. We do have more. I don't think we're going to get to them today. We're going to try, though, of course. But we're going to start with our very first match of the earlier the week that I was able to record. We basically have Andrew Karlsson of, well, actually, you saw it on the idle screen there. Let me bring those up. Team Sweden versus the Andrew, and I'm sorry, Ciarlo, I believe. And from, I love that logo. I'm not going to lie. That's a really good logo. But we're going to watch their match. We've got it's not Focho, but basically it's a lot of Thai FOs with Malorus versus some beautiful Rebel squadrons here. Let me also bring up the match here. I also have the Word document. One moment, just one moment. We're getting started. There was some audio issues that I was trying to get through. In case Robert joins us in the Discord, he can come on in because unfortunately his area was hit by a tornado the other day, or sorry, yesterday. So he's fine, but just one more thing to deal with, of course, with the lovely weather that everyone's having. So, yeah, get rid of this. Oh, did he get rid of the previous matches? Oh, he did. Oh, I wanted to go back and see them. All right, one sec. I can go into this and see them. Yeah, add game to the calendar. I want to make sure that yeah. So, and I forgot to. This is Andrew Ciarlo from Malta. This is their match. I believe it was on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. But, all right. I'm excited. Let's get into their match. So, here we go. We've got 6 Thai FOs. We've got Malorus away from the group. And, of course, we have 3 A-Wings and the famous T-65 Wedge Antilles. Set up separate because you don't really want to fly them in a swarm. But we've got Arvel in the yellow, Ahsoka in the purple, or actually it's more of a maroon, but yeah. We've got Hera in the blue, and finally Wedge in the T-65. Arvel with intimidation as it should be, and for some reason a crit, probably because I was messing with it earlier. Arvel should not be having a crit whatsoever. And it should be 0-0, perfect. And we're going to start the clock on that as well. They've already started. We'll set it down to 72 minutes. Perfect. All right. So then we have Ahsoka Tano with Instinctive Aim, Sense, Concussion Missiles, Hera with Proton Rockets, Wedge Antilles with Predator, and Servo S foils as well. And then with Andrew, I know it's Andrew versus Andrew. We're going to say Karlsson versus Ciarlo. We've got the 6, or I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Thai FOs. Commander Malorus with Fanatical and Targeting Computer to make that red target lock a white target lock. So, we've got Ciarlo with the formation flying, Malorus sticking with him, of course, using that ability to allow rerolls for, I believe it's 1 strain. He has them set up. I mean, this is classic setup for the rock formation. You have them all set up in the middle. You've got Karlsson flying aces, basically, and can maneuver through those rocks. But you definitely don't want to go through the rocks with a swarm, because, of course, everything's just going to get jammed and mucked up. The Thai FOs will get rerolls and just, wipe these things out slowly but surely. The one thing that they're definitely going to have to worry about is Wedge. There's nothing worse than having a 2 defense dice ship go down to a 2 from Wedge, and meanwhile being able to attack, with at least 1 mod, but we do have, of course, Ahsoka out there being able to pass off an action if she really wanted to. We also have Hera that can pass off an action as well. Arvel, you definitely don't want him bumping a ship and then Wedge shooting it, making it a 1 defense dice ship. You really want to protect that swarm. So it made it look like Ciarlo was going to go through the rocks, but now he's turning in on Wedge and Arvel. Yep, and they're all going to do the focus. I'm not going to lie. So I've recorded 5 of these matches throughout the week. Probably going to be recording more. Uh, these matches are a lot of fun. I'm not allowed to interfere, nor did I. I did record the audio so that I can listen to it as they play, and keep up with damage, crits, all that stuff. I'm watching it on my big screen TV. That way I can really keep up with what's happening on the table instead of, like, squinting at a computer screen. And listening to these guys play, they are having so much fun. Um, they're really encouraging each other as they play. And then not only that, they're just, they're a lot of fun to talk to as well. And they're very excited to see their matches restreamed because, there are so many matches per day, and trying to get all of them streamed is a feat in itself. So I reached out to Filippo and I said, hey, I noticed you have some matches that aren't being picked up. Would you mind if I record them and stream them later? Because my schedule is all crazy. So I can't always get to streaming like we used to back in the day because, life gets in the way, life finds a way. So now this is to where I can play them for you guys, matches throughout the week. Yes, you can go to the website in 5 seconds and figure out who won this match, but it's like, finding out the ending to a movie. If you tell me the ending of a movie, I'm still going to watch the movie if I want to go see it, because I want to see the ending. All right. So we have first shots already. Foils are closed on Wedge, so only 1 hit. And he's shooting at yellow, so it's only going to be 3 dice, and he easily evades it. All right. Ahsoka. He's debating which one, either green or yellow. Still going at yellow. Okay. Probably for that decision, it's green is going to have that nice debris cloud in the way later. If he's put some damage into yellow now, it's going to make it a little bit easier to get rid of him later, because he is the head of the pack. Ooh! Already blanks out in the first engagement. Because he did use the concussion missile, so no range bonus. Yeah, and that's okay. Nice little hole breach to start on yellow. My wife doing the laundry over in the side. And hole breach. Not a good crit to start. All right, green starting out. Going after Wedge. Nice 4 dice. And Wedge decided not to stress himself. Yep, not taking a boost, but takes 2 hits to start. Not good for Wedge. Yikes, already. We've got Ciarlo with hot dice coming out. I see he does not have a focus token. That's an S foils token if you're thinking, why isn't he spending the focus? And Wedge is already damaged. And they're back to dials. So right out of the gate, we've got 28 to 13. Wedge already down to half. Not a good start. That's the ship that you definitely don't want to lose in the initial, joust. All right, so even though this match happened, what does everyone think? Do you think he's going to pursue Wedge, or is he going to turn in on Arvel or Hera and try to erase her off the board, keeping her from continuing to pummel into the side of those TIFOs? And is Wedge going to stick it out, or is he going to run? Because when it comes to swarms, Wedge is a very key component. You don't want him gone. You want his ability to reduce that agility. Makes it easier to get rid of these 3 defense dice ships, since they are low on health as well. Still have Malorus just sitting out in the back, allowing these ships to possibly either reroll or even, you know, I believe this thing can coordinate. It is red. And there's nothing worse than a double modded TIE FO. There we are. I'm going to bring up their lists too. Not much. I'm not going to say there's not much to the list, but basically some solid known upgrades. Yep, Karlsson. Let's upload your list. And then we've got the First Order. And upload that one. Because Ciarlo is at a solid 200. And the Andrew is at 199, that solid 1-point bid. Yeah, so we've got Focus, Target Lock, Coordinate, which is red, a Jam, and then he's got, of course, the regular Target Lock on Malorus. And of course, I've turned off the betting. There is going to be no betting this stream for obvious reasons. I don't want people just all of a sudden be spamming points because they already know the outcome of the match. And you know what? We can make this a little bit nicer instead of zoomed out. We've got camera. Oh, there it is. All right. We can resize this a bit instead of giving you guys such a zoomed out view. There we go. That's much nicer. Oh, because I was messing with them. Hold on. There we go. I've corrected it, sir. I was told that there was a glitch with TTT and point scoring, so I accidentally reset them to 2 instead of 1. All right. So, in a crazy attempt to make sure that they get rid of Wedge, the TIE FOs have darted over that debris, taking some stress. So, I mean, if Wedge turned in here, that would definitely be a horrible, horrible option. He would be taking all but 1 shot because of the guy that he bumps. S-foils, it appears that they are open, but he can easily close them. 3 hard away, boost away with a focus. Maybe get out of reach of some of those TIE FOs, and then also survive just a few more turns. But, I mean, Karlsson and 3 hull. Yeah, you know, these are some beefed up TIE FOs. What? That's what they do. There we go. I probably thought they were A-wings, which is just classic for me. Everything's an A-wing. And that's the other, like when in TTT, I'd hate hitting the button and refreshing the list because then that gets rid of all the colors, and I have to reset the colors again. Life's of the downsides of a streamer. All right, so Malorus I5 shooting first, going after Arvel. Oh, yeah, that was a focus. And there you go, 2 hits anyways, and the board state is resolved. Oof, Arvel. I mean, you hate to spend it on 1 just to get 1 and take the damage, but you can't live in the hypotheticals of maybe later I'll get a better roll on another defensive roll. You gotta save shields on an A-wing when you can. All right, Ahsoka piling into Malorus. Gonna spend the target lock using that last concussion missile. Not the best of rolls, but hey, 2 hits. And takes 2 on Malorus. Not a bad start. Into a 7-hole ship. And there you are, Ahsoka. Yep, yeah, spent all 3 of them. All right, so starting off with blue in the back. Doesn't have wedge, so obviously going after... Why does he have 4 dice? Yeah, getting the strain from the Malorus. Oh, because of the debris cloud. There it is. Okay, the red blocked it. I couldn't see it. So, Arvel taking 1 more out of this joust. It would not be good. I don't know if he's gonna... No. I don't know why he spent the 3rd one. Maybe he spent it to try and reach yellow, but yellow already has a face up. So, I mean, this is only the 2nd round of combat. Maybe he accidentally spent it. Oh, Jesus. Want to become famous. Spend follow. No. You know what? I don't want to be famous. I don't think I can. Oh, there we go. And report. Another hull breach. Jeez, on Arvel. Oh, okay. He thought he had a focus. He did not. So no hull breach on Arvel, thank goodness. But I would definitely shovel that deck. All right, can I ban this guy? Yes, I can. Yes, I do want to block that guy. Blocked. Yep, and yellow lost his shield. And double crit. 1 crit on wedge. No, yeah, obviously the hull breach. I'd rather them shuffle the deck after pulling it, but what are you gonna do? That's what comes up. All right, let's make sure the board's up to date. And thank you, Lipo. But we have only yellow down to 2 hull. We've got Malorus still full hull, health or hull. He's got 5 left. Arvel down 2 shields at half points already. And Wedge sucking in a hull breach. His green dice are not helping in the slightest. So already we've got 13, solid 13 points for Andrew Karlsson, and then 46 for Ciarlo. But I'm not going to lie, you've got these typos. They've got this debris cloud still sitting in front of them. The A-Wings, Arvel's got a beautiful block right there to stop a lot of them from turning in on them. You've got Ahsoka and Hera coming around the flank. Wedge has got some distance. He still has his S-foils closed, so he can be screaming a 3 forward and boosting, still taking possibly a focus. I don't believe he took the focus earlier to keep himself from getting stressed, or he didn't boost to give himself some more distance. Might have regretted that decision, but we're definitely going to find out. I think this is one of those turns that's going to decide the match greatly. Not that I know. Go. And I'm just blocking this guy. Actually, I can go into Twitch over here as well and time him out permanently. Oh, geez, that's loud. There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be able to see him in that chat because it's just started. What you going to do? You think the FO has it in the bag? I don't. That debris cloud definitely alters my opinion. If that debris cloud wasn't there, I would definitely be all for the tie FOs. I mean, they've already got Arvel down to half. Wedge is almost off the table. But them moving through that debris cloud, just slowing them up just a bit, keeping them from getting actions. Ooh, okay. Pink turning in, taking the stress. Blanks. Sometimes. Eventually a crit's got to happen, right? Dice work like that? Especially since he has 6 ships, 1 in 8 chance. Ooh, okay. He is 100% dividing his forces, hoping that the 3 green, brown, and yellow can just finish off Wedge, and then he can start chopping away at Hera and Ahsoka. Ooh, Arvel. 5 straight. Bold. Avoiding a block, not even bumping. He's not debating his action. All right, barrel rolling. Yep, keep it safe. Give yourself some room next turn to turn back in. Ooh, 3 bank. I'd like to change my vote. Yeah, I know. I forgot it was there too when he turned on his arc. I was like, "There's no way. Why would Wedge get that many defense dice?" And of course, yep, too hard. Easy decision. We've got proton torpedoes on the table, so he's probably debating the focus boost. Or proton rockets, not torpedoes. I would love proton torpedoes in an A-wing. I'll pay the points. Yep, he's debating that boost. Yep, he's checking. This is a big decision. You could get Malors off the table. I mean, or you boost in and you're going to be taking some shots from some TIE FOs. I need boosts. Oh, I don't know if he has the. I don't think he has a bullseye Malorus, but he does have blue with the strain token on him. But he does have a range 3 shot at Malorus as well. You've got Ahsoka. Ooh. All right, keeping the focus. Good idea. And 1 of 8 on Malorus. All right. So far, the rocks have not really been helping Wedge. Let's see if he can defend. Oh, he forgot. He has the initiative. There you go. So Ahsoka up first. Okay, he does remember that he had one last concussion. There we go. I thought so. I don't know why he flipped 2, but he did. Maybe TTS is funny that way. All right, so firing his last concussion missiles. Not the best. Yep, his dice have been bad, so he's putting him in the timeout. And again, Malor's 2 defense dice. Easily defends against it. Which, I mean, the fact that that ship has 2 defense dice is very crazy to me. That's a pretty solid defense for a ship like that, with 7 life. All right, Wedge finally rolling enough green dice to get that evade against Malorus, but we still have 3 Typhos to go against. Yep, rerolling the blank because of Malorus, getting us another strain. Wedge, needing to spend the focus on that one. But that's good. That means no damage on Wedge, no automatic crits because of Hull Breach. And he gets to live another turn. I mean, those TIE fighters can easily catch back up to him, though, if he's going to be running this whole game. All right, so going into Ahsoka, getting 1 hit. Double evades. This is why I don't take A-Wings, because that never happens. But the arc only one. It's not, this ship is much more maneuverable than an arc, I guess. But don't look at the dial and compare, because that's not a fair comparison either. All right, with 3 evades. Let's see. Yep, 1 evade again. Easily spends the focus. Safe. And we are back to dials. Okay. I mean, we've got the TIFOs in the bottom sitting on a debris cloud. They are strained. They are stressed. They are freaking out. And they have 3 A-Wings circling the nest. There's really not too many maneuvers other than maybe a 2 bank, 2 straight to keep them from bumping. I mean, you can do the 2 straight with these Typhos on the debris cloud, making a nice little conga line, but I mean, that's more stress. And you're not going to get that many modifications. Malorus, we'll see what he does. He's going to have to skip past that rock. And the other Typhos, they're going to have to move before Malorus, so either they're going to go, 1 hard, maybe a 2 hard, keep pursuing Wedge, or they're going to have to turn in and deal with these A-Wings, because now the A-Wings, I think, have this serious advantage, even though they're moving after the Typhos. So this match was earlier recorded in the week, just because out of all the matches that were being basically request, because there's the people who are just playing, then there's the people who requested to be streamed, which is still a plethora of people. So I noticed that a lot of them weren't getting picked up. I did the best I could, recorded some so that I could play them later in the weekend. Because, not only that, captains and teams want to see how their teammate played, their matchups, other opponents, stuff like that. It's not always clear cut like, oh, you won, good, awesome. That's all we needed. It's a lot more than that, because this game is all about strategy. Because let me explain XTC. Basically, countries have a team of 5. They get to decide when they get matched up against another country. Or no, sorry, not teams of 5. Basically, each faction gets represented, so it'd be 7. Duh. They then get to pick a faction for each squad, blindly match against them, because the people, you let's say you put down First Order on one side and Rebels on the other, so you can see that. You then get to put a face down match up against them. With 2, so you get to decide which of the 2 that you go against. So it's Rebels on the right, you put down TIFO and Scum, because that's what you want. Then you flip them, you decide which, you're like, all right, I want this TIFO versus this Rebel list. The Scum goes back into the pile. You keep going until all of the factions have been picked. And then you guys fight throughout the week. So, with this match, somebody saw, a matchup, or they got stuck with this matchup. Sometimes you get sacrificed. And you're like, yeah, we understand that's, that list that you're going up against, you have 0 chance of winning, but we need your sacrifice to lose to this list so that we can have these other 2 lists match up against these 2 lists, because it has an advantage tactically. So, sometimes you're going to see some weird matchups, and it's good because then you get to see what those lists are, and it helps other squads down the line. So And also, of course, captains and teammates are going to want to watch their teammate and be like, dude, what the heck are you thinking? Why'd you do that? And you get yelled at. And there we go. These TIFOs are going all in on Ahsoka, but I don't think Ahsoka's going to fall for it. She does move before Malorus. And so far, nothing. You know, I've always said it. No consequences from debris clouds. And there we go. Arvel back in the fold. Ooh, deciding to barrel roll instead of the focus. And doing the boost, allowing the bump. Because that is Arvel's ability. When boosting, treat it as a maneuver. So that way you can execute it and still get your mods. There we go. Okay, Ahsoka. Just doing the 5 forward for fun. He was hoping that he could make it past Malorus, but slams into the back of him. That's fine. She has the force. Only taking 1 shot from that TIFO. She'll be fine. And, ooh, okay. We got Hera also 5 straighting over the swarm. Ooh, okay. 2 bank getting rid of that stress. Ah, thank you for following, Lebo. Did I play this weekend? No, I don't play in the XTC. I haven't played competitive X-Wing for a long time. All right. There we go. Oh, okay. I guess it's Malice. Hold on. Who has the initiative here? I thought the way that they were shooting before, it looked like he had the initiative. Oh, of course I marked it, but then it doesn't say it. I swear I checked that box. Oof. All right, yellow off the table. Doesn't get to fire back at Ahsoka. And that's already 1 TIFO off the table. Wedge is still alive, so that is bad for the TIFOs. The longer he lives, and the more they chase him. I mean, you don't want to break up the band, but... Oh, jeez. Yep. He's going to spend Hera's focus because that is her ability. Great play by Karlsson. And there we go. Shield and a hull off of red. Oh, why does he still have 2 shields? There we go. Now it's back to normal. There we go. Long shot at Wedge. Forced reroll. He does have a focus. All right, 2 hits. He needs a god roll here. 1 crit because a hull breach. Structural damage. Oh no, Wedge. Structural damage. Jeez, Wedge is just smoking now. But Wedge is still alive, which is great. The longer he takes the attention off of the A-Wings, the more those A-Wings are going to be able to pick the TIFOs apart. I mean, but let's look at the score. We got 38-45, so Ciarlo is still in the lead by a couple of points. He is strained. He's stressed with the red here. Oh, not strained. Red is stressed. Blue is strained. And pink actually was able to clear that strain. Brown is still strained. Green is doing just fine. But now you got 2 TIFOs chasing after Wedge. He might have to turn in to help out his brethren here. Malorus now just sitting in the middle of the table. Yeah, did you fed the pets? Nice. Well, I fed the goats and the chickens. They're out running around. It's gonna be a hot day, 95 degrees. The kids are already on the couch watching TV dead. Air conditioners are blowing. The pool is open. Come on by. All right. Awfully quiet. Neither of them are talking on the table. Very tense moment. This is when you know it's a serious turn. I don't know. If you guys can tell, I like talking to my opponent as I play. That's a strat. It works. Also, I have no, capability of not talking. Yeah, I think this is where Karlsson's definitely taking his time here because he is behind, but he does have the positioning advantage. Wedge can easily just three straight, or is the T? I think you don't have a three blue straight. I think that's the T70. Which, let me tell you, when you look for that dial, and you need more blues on a T65. Yeah, no, three blue straight. Oh, feels bad. And he doesn't have like yeah, he does have Predator, I believe. Yeah, but he doesn't have R4, which you sometimes do see on Wedge, because in situations like this, to where he's running and gets stressed, and then he can quickly turn in. There we go. Now I think Karlsson is set. It's still debating. All right, here we go. All right, so he's sensing Malorus. He's going to find out where he's going. And it looks like he's doing a bank towards Karlsson's edge. Which is very interesting. He's going to stay out of the fight against Wedge and then turn left, basically. Maybe he's thinking he's going to swing back in on Hera, or he's just going to create a nice block for Ahsoka, and then these TIE fighters can possibly, two of them K-turn, one of them, yeah, there we go, there's the sloop. Yeah, I think he's trying to create a blocking lane against the Jedi. Yep, stealing the Force from Ahsoka there. Yeah, he does. He's now sitting in front of the rock. He doesn't want to go over that next turn. He's already got 2 damage. He's probably debating a barrel roll to the left. Will that fit? Or barrel roll to the right? And then that's just more distance he's going to have to cover later in the game. All right. Red is deciding to evade, living dangerously. There you go. Arvel 1 hard, keeping the stress. I mean, we're going to see what Hera does this turn. I'm excited for that, because if she 1 hards towards these TIFOs, she's going to be able to get a shot on him, and then possibly, if she doesn't spend the focus, then, Arvel can take it. Ahsoka using the ability. Oh, okay. Wedge is 4 forward. And just opting for the focus and the boost. Easy. Oh, I mistook one of the crit tokens as a stress. Alright, good. A little bit more distance. I don't think that's the right ship. There we go. He's checking for target lock range, but activated Ahsoka instead. There we go. 2 dice versus 2 dice, but fully modded. And of course, if she doesn't use the focus, ooh, he's debating that target lock. Because if not, he can hand off that focus. Doesn't opt for either of them. Okay. Yeah, good call. Double evades. So now that focus is free to use at its leisure. Yeah, because this is the better shot with Ahsoka. Range 1. Yep. So passing the target lock over to Ahsoka from Hera, and got to focus instead. Couldn't pass the focus because you only can pass it once per modification step. Yep, so 2 dice. See, there's that focus. Could have spent it. There we go. Malorus finally taking 2. And there we go. Finally, half points, 63. Karlsson takes the lead. Yes, it definitely has the YV66 arc. The A-Wing has made a lot of changes recently. All right, 1 hit into Arvel, but evades it because, green dice. And, oh, the dice. Yep, brown and green now going into Wedge, trying to finish him off. They've been chasing him for now 4 turns, or 3 turns. Just can't get enough damage through. Yep, reroll from Malorus, blanks out. Ooh, he's definitely spending the focus because that would be a face-up damage card. Yep, green out of range. Wedge survives for another turn. He's going to have to turn in this turn and try and do some damage before he eats it because we've got a nice little kill box coming around. But, I mean, these A-Wings are in the perfect position. The ties are nowhere near facing them except for maybe pink and blue. Malorus is running for his life. And Wedge, of course, I6 will get to shoot no matter what. As long as he has a valid target. I mean, he could have something out of arc, but very unlikely. But as surprising as much shots, or as many shots have been happening, there is not a lot of bloodshed. We only have Arvel down 2 shields. Wedge, of course, into his hull. We have yellow that ate it earlier, and red, half points. Malorus, he's at half. But he still has 4 fresh TIFOs out there. And there is 31 minutes left in the round. What does it have over here? Oh, 30. Yeah, the game clock on the board has 31, but... So, what is everyone thinking? Does he, just go crazy against Wedge, fly red through the rock straight, brown and green, have green bank in, brown fly over the rock, and then, pink and blue could too hard, but, they're not going to get probably a shot on wedge, because wedge can easily just do a nice two bank and decide not to boost or boost in for that range one shot, get some distance from brown and green again, and then possibly take out one of the other typhos, probably red if he can, because it only has 2 health left. I mean, this would be the opportune moment for if wedge had R4. You could 2-hard in and then opt to barrel roll or boost, depending on what happens. And S-foils are still closed. Probably going to open those up if this is wedge's last run. All right, they are still, I think it's, yeah, Ciarlo's still got 1 dial to go. Oh, no, 2 dials. Karlsson, of course, his dials are set, but he is, yep, yeah, he's changing, rethinking. He does have it to where Harris spent the proton rockets. I don't remember him using them, but maybe he did. And I don't think he's going to use Sense this turn on Malorus. Malorus is in a very awkward spot. And let me just double check on the dial of that, because I don't believe it. I believe it has a 0 stop. Oh, it does have a 0 stop. So it could 0 stop, and he could check for that. But at that point, I don't know what that's going to give you, because Arvel can easily 2 straight. You've got a Ahsoka that can 2 bank in against these ties, or can also, oh geez, a little bit of a blocking lane for Ahsoka. But then Hera can just 2 bank in as well and finish off Malorus. So I don't think Sense is going to be used this turn, especially when Ahsoka only has 1 force left. You need that force. She could evade, go against these ties and joust and just make it out of there. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it is a free Sense at range 1. That's right. Never mind. Okay, takes it anyways. Okay, red. Yeet. Don't be a crit. Oh, it takes 1 damage. Yeah. So, ooh, okay, Sloop with brown. Green 3 Harding instead. Yeah, he is really breaking up the band now. I thought Brown would so go after Wedge, try to finish him off. Green opted for the 3 hard instead of a 2 bank. Maybe he thought it was going to hit the rock. Yeah, and here comes blue and pink coming after those A-wings. Yep, clearing the stress and strain back up to full strength, these two. Yeah. Oh, okay, good call by Arvel. 5 forward. He knows Malorus is doing the 2 hard. Has to be so confused. I mean, I've been in that position. You know, you get points on wedge early, you just want them off the table, you chase them down, and then all of a sudden you realize you're just chasing a rabbit. Like, you have no chance of catching it, and that by then you're like so invested in doing it that you're like, ah, oh, I don't messed up. Yeah, and he See, what does he do here? Does he flip over one of these? He can't flip over structural. He can flip hull breach, but at this point, you have 2 health left. You have, the board state going. You've only got 1 shot against you. The red TIE fighter, yeah, take the focus, exactly. You've got, hopefully, range 1. That is close. You've got 1 health to go. It's -1 agility. You could have boosted in and also taken Predator, but he did open the S-foils like I thought so. So there you go. Spends the focus. Milorus gone. Hera with the range 1 shot. Hit, crit from an A-wing. Who thought it could happen? And fuel leak, of course, just to finish him off. All right, this is I think another deciding factor. Wedge. Ooh, hit, and a crit. Natties. 2 defense dice, no possibility of surviving, and only rolls 1 evade anyways. Red is off the table. I mean, that is now a serious uphill battle with 24 minutes to play. So Brown shooting at Ahsoka, 1 hit, 1 evade. Still had the force anyways, but now Ahsoka is going to be able. Well, still taking shots from blue and pink. Or do you after Arvel? Probably at range 3. Yeah, so there's Ahsoka range 2, Arvel range 3 with a focus because Arvel's still damaged. Yeah, only 1 force on Ahsoka. Hera is empty. But unfortunately, Hera is full strength, so that's 4 dice first 2. You do have the focus for Mond. I mean, what's the percentage here? You have, I think, 0.79. Of getting 1 hit through. Rolls. All right, going after it. What looks like Ahsoka spends the focus for only 1 hit. 3 defense with the force, but still gets an evade. And blue. And you could hear it. You could hear it in Ciarlo's voice. He goes, and blue. All right, changing it up to Hera. Hit crit. Not bad. Gets an extra die for the range 3. And 4 dice. Not the best odds, but there you go. 1 evade. Yeah, so I mean, it is a flat 100 for Karlsson, 46 for Ciarlo. You could hope to take half points on everything out of these A-wings. That would possibly bump up the score to a tie. But Wedge, still alive. Green has an opportunity to face him off, but that is a very tricky joust because now Wedge is not stressed, can easily two hard in barrel roll out of his arc. And then, excuse me, and then Wedge can start finishing off these TIE fighters that tried to finish him off. Yep, 21 minutes to play. I don't know. So what's everyone thinking? I mean, is it a sealed game? Do you think Karlsson has the match? Or does he need to now be doubly careful? Because all of a sudden he could lose Wedge, which would give him a little bit more of a bump in points. Takes out an I-6 as well. And then if he does Wedge and doesn't lose any other ties, it's then 3v4. Yeah, because Wedge is worth 56. So that is, I can do math, I swear. It'd be 2 and then 16, so 8. So it would be another 28 points for Ciarlo, which would bump him up around the 70s mark. And then, yeah, if he could maybe remove Arlo, and then half either Hera or Nasoka and take no more damage. He might be able just to take the lead. I mean, if any of these A-Wings were stressed, I would say he has somewhat of an opportunity. But these A-Wings, I mean, even Ahsoka has only one force down. She could run, recharge, and come back in. Same thing with these A-Wings. They could come out, circle back when they, at their leisure, and then start picking off these ties. Yep, there's the hard turn from green, the bang from brown. Probably two straights. Yeah, two straights from pink and blue. Oh, sorry for that bang. Apparently my kids are playing bocce upstairs. All right, so there you know, Arvel's got to make a decision. Ooh, beautiful maneuvering by Karlsson. Opts for the barrel roll, boosts into brown and bumps him so that brown can't shoot, gets out of the arc of pink and blue. Arvel lives another turn. Yep, this is such a good combination. So, spends 2 force. Yeah, focus it me. Spends 2 force, gives Hera a focus because that obviously can be used defensively for everyone. And then her normal action is going to be to focus as well. Hera then can turn in. Yep, taking the boost out as well, stressing herself out. And here comes too hard from Hera. I think he took the evade because that's, yeah. Oh, target locking. I love it. All right, so now we've got focuses for both Hera and Ahsoka to use defensively and offensively at their leisure. And what did Wedge do? I'm waiting on Wedge. Oh, boosting? Okay. For the range 1 on Brown. I mean, Brown still has full health, so the chances of Hera one-shotting this is going to be really low. Now, okay, Wedge decided to run. Yeah, taking the focus. And then boost because the S-foils are closed. Even with 2 dice, yep, there you go. Now 2 dice versus 2 dice. Because Wedge should be doing Wedge things. Range, yeah, free range 0 attack. 2 crits. So, shield down on blue. Hera ranged 1. Ooh, does he spend the focus or the lock? With hit crit focus. You got to spend the lock here. There you go. All right, blanks it. He gets 2 evades because Arvel with intimidation gets 1 evade, spends the focus. And then Brown shields down. Still no half points. Arvel range 1. Oh, Arvel! Arvel we trust. 3 hits. Wow. Takes Brown out of the fight. And you're right, Lee. I'm sorry. When I fly A-Wings, I'm so used to rolling, 3 dice and getting absolute nothing. I should have discounted Arvel with his range 0 attack. All right, so they're going after Hera. Excellent choice. 2 hits. It is an A-Wing. Has the gets half on her. But with Brown lost. Bumps him a little, 70 to 120. Has to make up 50 points somewhere. And 1 hit, and of course the blank out on Hera. Why A-Wing dice? Why? All right, that is the end of a turn. It is now 3v4. Typho's down to 3. Rebels still have all 4 ships on the table, but, I mean, we have Hera smoking, Arvel's at half, Wedge is petering, but great positioning for Wedge. He is now finally behind these TIE fighters after skirting the edge of the table for like 5 turns. He's finally going to be able to 2-bank in, probably barrel roll to stay away from that debris, have those beautiful S-foils open and just start plugging away. I mean, Hera's in a great spot for Wedge because she can easily 2-bank in, take a focus, give it to Wedge. Arvel, I mean, too hard in as well. Maybe try take out Green, maybe even 2-bank after him. And then you've got Ahsoka. Ahsoka can take her sweet time. Too hard to the right, boost, use that debris cloud as a nice little buffer. Is going to have a nice force, focus if she needs it, or an evade. And then Pink and Blue are going to have to decide what to do. Either they pursue after Hera, which is not a good choice because she can run. They can, yep, here comes, I was about to literally say, he could try to sloop it. My greens. Yes, exactly. My greens. This is why I take decimators. This is why I love taking anything that has 0 evade dice, because then it takes the green dice option out of my hands. Except T70s. T70s with heroic. That's the only time I like green dice. Yep, 2 harding away. Easy. Taking a lock. All right. He foresaw them going after Ahsoka. Yep, and she's running. Excellent choice. And Wedge up for the 2-bank. Or is he doing? Is he staying safe as well? Yep, closing the S-foils. All right, he did. Oh, he opened the S-foils. My apologies. And banking in. Dangerous spot for Wedge. Yeah, do the barrel roll. Excellent option. I would do it as back as possible just in case. I don't. Pink definitely doesn't have a shot, but I'm almost certain Green does. Let me get out my range ruler. So it has a slight angle, but ooh, he doesn't have Wedge. Yeah, 2 evades, easy. 2? Oh, hold on. Yeah, range 2, not range 3, which is good. So 2 dice, hit crit into Green. Green still has his shield though, and 2 evades, dodges it. Beautiful Green. Yep, 2 on Green again. I would spend that focus. There's no reason not to. You have that free focus from Hera. Ooh. And on Green there. Yep. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Don't mess up the cards. On Green, which would put him at half. All right. And also, points do matter for XTC, for your team, because they all do get weighed against one another. So even if all of a sudden Ciarlo could recognize, this match, there's no way that I'm going to get ahead. Let me just fly these TIFOs in a way that they're not going to die either to save some points. All right, 1 hit at Arvel, and boom, free focus from Hera. Easy call. Ooh, range 3 through a rock. I mean, no defense. Just the greens. And, 3 evades. Can I borrow your dice, Karlsson, please? Because honestly, when I roll 5 dice, I know that I'm blanking out. It's just, it's expected. Whew, and 1 evade again. That was close. You could hear a sigh of relief from Karlsson too. Good morning, Recon Padre. Okay, yeah, so Robert, you are in the chat. Let me see if I can unmute you. All right, you are unmuted, but I don't know if I can. I'll be able to hear you, but they won't be able to hear you. All right, try and say something, Robert. I don't know. Something. It's only the way that I have my setup there, Robert. We'll try to figure that out before our next match because we are streaming at least 3 matches today. All right, 10 minutes left on that clock. No sweat, brother. Okay. Well, how are you? Because the tornadoes, Robert. Did you and Andy just hunker down and play Memoir 44 and Zombicide all day? Is how many Michigan? Hearts out for you, or anyone that was hit by the tornadoes. Sorry, there were multiple. There was lots of. We were supposed to stream yesterday, but Robert's like, "Yeah, I'm losing power over here. There's tornadoes." I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna do it Monday." And then he sent me some pictures. If any of you know of the giant tire out in Michigan, that was flooded. Cars were just stuck on the highway under inches of rain, feet of rain. And full disclosure, members of his family were hunkered down in the basement. Of course, yeah, we hunkered down and played Zombicide. Damn straight you did. Yeah. During a crisis, you play a crisis game. Just keep the heart pumping. Because I've been at the base of a tornado. Funny thing, I'm sitting in my basement. I'm playing Super Mario on my Wii, and my wife just gets back from Walmart. She goes, the weather's pretty bad out there. I'm like, what? And this is the freakiest thing, like out of a movie. I look to my left. I look out my sunroom. I literally see stuff floating, not flying by, just like leaves just floating in the air. And I'm like, and I look back at my wife, and she's like, "What the?" Power cuts out. We see a tornado go by our house, and we're just like, "Whoa!" So we hunker down in our basement. It passes. Everything goes away. We go outside. Everything's just destroyed. It hit a few houses on our street. It ripped up our mountain. There are still parts of Wilbraham and Munson and Belchertown up in Massachusetts that you can see clearly up the mountain. There's just a path of trees missing. That was absolutely crazy. So tornado just missed our house. So I've been there, done that. Yeah, game night. We had a tornado go right over his house. Jeez, that's freaky. It really is. There we go. I see Biff in here as well. Or yeah, Biff already left. From Shuttle Tiderium. All right. Keeping up with the board state. It looks like green and pink are left. Everyone else has well, actually, we got green, we've got pink. Oh, there's brown. Okay, I see him. He's got his Archon right now. One hit out of him, one evade, easy. He is still trying to nip at the heels of Arvel. Or is it brown? Oh no, it's red, not or blue. That's who it is. Yep. So blue still has 3 hull remaining. Pink is full health, but red. Yeah, got panicked pilot. Actually, that's not red. Why is red have panic pilot? I don't know. I wasn't noticing, but I know there's only 3 ties on the board, but one of them still alive. I think the cards stacked on top of each other. Yeah, red's not even here anymore. Red's not here, man. And yeah, green is down to 2. Yeah, it did rip the screen door off. I was finding debris all in my yard of other people's houses. So I found like siding in my driveway. I found like a trash barrel in my backyard, which I kept because I didn't know who the heck it belonged to. Luckily, there's no damage to our house, but all right. Trying to create the kill box for these 2 A-Wings. Oh, so Blue thought that was a strain and not a stress, and he tried to do a red maneuver. And this is, the rules have changed. So now when you do a blue maneuver, or you do a red maneuver while stressed, you do a 2 white straight, you receive another stress token. And he also had to go over the rock as well. So blue is not shooting his turn, still stressed. And I'm wondering if he forgot that rule or if they hadn't applied those rules yet to this match. Yep, Arvel opting. This is the great thing about Hera. You can take a target lock with 1 A-Wing because you know Hera is just going to be fine. I mean, she's probably going to 2-bank in, not get shot at. She takes the focus. Arvel can use it for defense. It frees up other A-Wings to take other actions just besides focus or evade all the time. And here we go. The full Jedi effect. When you have full force, take the evade. And there's Wedge debating. Yeah, take the focus. I mean, you could try for a lock. You could try for a barrel. The S-foils are open, so no boosting. But guaranteed he has that at range 3. Actually, I can measure it right now. Yeah, he does. And there it is, the 2. Oh, okay, 2 straight. Thought he was going to do the 2-bank. But can still just focus boost. Oh, I guess double strike. I don't know how he's... I don't know why he didn't take actions with Ahsoka, but maybe they're just antsy to get it done because this is the last turn. All right, spends the evade, is able to live. Or maybe he didn't need the evade. Yep, still going to Arvel. Trying to get 2 hits into him. Only gets 1. And oof. Yep, gets 1 evade. All right, green. I mean, they might be able to squeak out 1 more turn. I know the clock says there's a minute, but there's actually 2.5 left. 1 hit and easily 1 evade. Yep, back to dials. So blue, not in the greatest position. Can do it too hard, but that's probably going to bump into Arvel, and I don't think those A-Wings are going to be there anytime soon. Pink can come in for a nice last-minute hit, but is going to probably be taking 2 shots from 2 A-Wings that are going to be able to do some crazy modding. And you've got Wedge coming in on green. Green has 2 health left. I mean, easily can just do a 2-bank or 2 straight with Wedge and finish off green. As well as passing off an action with Ahsoka. Probably even trying to bump green. You could do a 2 hard barrel roll and just make sure green doesn't get an action this turn. Well, actually, no, sorry. The TIE-FO moves first. But you can still do a 2 hard and still pass another action to Wedge, like a target locker focus. Fail on me. A volcano. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we had the tornado come through, and then I think like a few weeks later we had a microburst come in, and that was just as much damage because of the amount of wind it produced. And jeez, I think we had to go to my in-laws and sleep there because we lost power, and then there was massive flooding everywhere. And I still had to go to work because it didn't happen where I was working. So I woke up at like 5 in the morning or 4:30 in the morning, drove into work, worked, then went back to my in-laws. Couldn't make it home still. Okay, opting to go around. And what did Wedge? Blood for the Blood Gods? Yeah. I mean, at this point, you're ahead on points. Losing Wedge is not going to really do it. So you just opt for the focus. Yeah, boost out. I don't think he's going to make it out of arc with... ooh, that's going to be close. And that's time. Yeah, still has Harriet, so she's going to be taking 2 shots. But Pink is going to be taking 2 shots as well with some full mods here from 2 A-Wings. Oh, now the proton torpedoes come into action. Okay. I don't know why he has it flip face down, but... There we go. All right, finally the proton torpedoes come into action. So 4 hits out of Hera. With intimidation, it's only 2 dice, so taking 3 damage into Pink. And yeah, hit, crit. A crit into green. He could live. Damaged sensor array. Doesn't matter. Okay, going into blue, not pink. Hit, crit. Oh, the dice are now coming alive in this last hurrah. And 1 evade only. Weapons failure on blue. Worst timing. Yeah, now Arvel range 1 shot. Has his focus. 3 dice. And boom, spends it. Yep, 2 crits with intimidation. And that is Pink gone. I mean, that was the best volley that you could have possibly asked for. At this point, even if he loses Wedge and Hera. Yep. No damage whatsoever. And finally, Green, trying to finish off what he started forever ago. Only 2 dice versus 1. I mean, he needs 2 hits. Only getting a crit, which is already going to be a crit because of Hull Breach. And the disrespectful evade. So there you have it. Excellent game, gentlemen. It looks like the FO had the great opening joust. Ended up chasing Wedge forever and a day, and Wedge still comes back around to help. I mean, the action passing with the A-Wings, perfect flying. That debris cloud right in the bottom left. Whoever put that there, I think that decided the game. Thank you again for watching our video. Please click on the like, subscribe, and share button below to help build the channel. Thank you to all of our Patreon members. Your devotion to us, it's driving us to do more content all the time, and we're going to keep bringing you as much as possible. If you want to join any of our social media accounts, you can see them above, and in the description below are the links to each of them. You can join our Discord, our 2 Facebook channels, our 2 YouTube channels. We go live on Twitch Saturdays and Sunday nights, and you can also go over to our recontokens.com webpage where you can buy all the latest and greatest tokens for all of your favorite games. And if you don't see them there, go ahead and email us at recontokens gmail.com, and we can build a custom token, or we can even incorporate your logo into the token, and you can play with them, use them as any type of marker. So thank you again, and have a good day.